This video, we want to recall from the last video that a categorical variable can either be at what levels of measurement? It can be at either the nominal or the ordinal levels of measurement. So again, let's emphasize that can be at the nominal or ordinal levels of measurement. Whereas a numerical variable can either be at the interval or ratio levels of measurement. So let's test our knowledge with this example. We are required to determine the level of measurement for each variable. One, nation of origin. Well, that is definitely a categorical variable. And for categorical variables, as far as levels of measurement are concerned, they can either be at nominal or ordinal level of measurement. And here, attributes are only being named. For nations of origin, it's just nominal. And then two, movie ratings of 1 star through 5 stars. That is definitely not numerical as a variable. It is categorical. And if it's categorical, it's one of these two. Well, if it's one of these two, is it ordinal or nominal? Well, since we're talking about ratings or ordering, this is definitely at ordinal level of measurement. What about the volume of water used by a household in a day? That would be measured in numerical terms or recorded as a number. So, is it at interval or at a ratio level of measurement? Well, if you record 0 for the volume of water used, that means no water was used. That is the behavior of absolute zero. So this variable is at the ratio level of measurement. For 4, exam scores on a statistics test. So we are assuming that this test has been taken and we're recording, we come across 0 as one of the scores for a test that has already been taken in statistics. If 0 is recorded, does it mean absence of a score? That is not true. The 0 means there is a score. It just happens to be what? 0. This is at interval level of measurement because the 0 here does not indicate that the student who has taken the test does not have a score. What about highest degree conferred? Excuse me. Well, this would be at a categorical level of measurement. So that would be either nominal or ordinal. What do you think? Is there a ranking structure to it? Absolutely. So this would be at ordinal level of measurement. Then we have high color. That is also categorical, and that would definitely be nominal because it's just used for naming. And the assessed value of a house. Well, that would be what? A numerical variable, which could either be at interval or ratio levels of measurement. So the assessed value of this house, if it is recorded to be what? 0. So take note of the assessed part, which means it has been assessed. Um, if it is $0, that could mean that, does it mean that you have an absolute 0 here? A case where the 0 indicates no price or no value, no house. Well, if it has been assessed to be 0, that means probably you're getting it for free. So it's $0. So this is, does it represent true 0? What do you think? I would say that this is not the case of where what you had in the case of a score. So this will pass as at what level of measurement? Let's think about it a little bit more. I would say this would be at ratio level of measurement because the value of a house can be added, can be subtracted, and so this is at ratio level of measurement. All right, let's see another type of data classification, and that is based on the range of period of collection. You see, a set of consecutive data values observed at regular points in time. Let's say you're collecting data on sales on a monthly basis. This would be an example of time series data. On the other hand, if we talk about data observed at a fixed or particular point in time, this would be an example of cross-sectional data. Let's look at this table. Which parts of this table can be considered time series and which is cross-sectional? You see, if we fix a particular year, the year 2009, and we look at this set of data values, it means that for this fixed year, these data values were observed for the different cities. So, since it's a fixed point in time, this will pass off as cross-sectional data. However, if I look row-wise, so let me erase this, and I look at this row. It means for a particular city, I've collected data in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. These are data collected yearly. So row-wise, this will be considered time series data.